Montenegro military special forces demonstrating their combat skills. Along Montenegro's coastline, NATO ships are on joint drills with the Montenegro Coast Guard. They are part of a military force that in total counts only about 2,000 active troops. Montenegro's entire military runs on a yearly budget equal to how much the US spends on its military in about half an hour. But NATO has been very interested to have Montenegro troops, including its Coast Guard, as a members of the alliance. The country's strategic location seen as a buffer against possible Russian interference. Russia, though, is angered over the new alliance and sees NATO's move as provocative.
NATO is a military and political bloc and not a group of philatelists. It follows a course of projecting its power and bringing more and more states into its orbit. The recent decision to make Montenegro an alliance member is the latest proof of that. Podgorica's military potential is close to zero, but its geographic location allows the alliance to strengthen control over the Balkans.
But it isn't just Russia that has concerns. Many Montenegrins, too, are very vocal against their country's decision to join NATO. They claim their voices were not taken into account since their government refused to hold a referendum on membership.
We've seen what happened during recent elections here in Montenegro. When third parties meddled into our internal affairs, we were certain that if the referendum on NATO was organized, we'd have again those interference and instability in Montenegro. That's why we've decided to go with Parliament voting on NATO membership. I'm also certain that even if it was a referendum without foreign meddling, the vast majority of people here would vote for NATO membership.
Opponents, though, accuse Montenegro's leadership of caving to NATO's pressure.
Montenegro is the only country in the Adriatic Sea and North Mediterranean which wasn't part of that NATO alliance, and those 200 kilometers of Montenegro coast were the reason for them to want to see Montenegro as NATO member. Second reason is pushing Russia out and sending the message that this is US zone of influence.
But Montenegro's government sees NATO membership differently. For them, this is a necessary step ahead of membership in the European Union and a strategy to guard against possible future regional conflicts. This beautiful Adriatic coastline is and always has been attractive to the world's major powers for its geographical charms. While both the US and Russia want to take a relationship to the next, more permanent level, it looks like that the US with NATO won the upper hand in this deal. Aljoša Milenković, CGTN, Kotor Bay in Montenegro.